Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You're looking at Woodworth Field for Game 2 of our MIAA Tournament triple header. This game pits the Fighting Scots of Alma College against the Flying Dutchmen of Hope College, the number 3 seed against the number 4 seed. Earlier today, Adrian advanced to the championship game, defeating the number 1 seed and host Kalamazoo 3-2. Today, right now, the Flying Dutchmen and the Scots will go head-to-head in an effort to try and get themselves to the next game today against Kalamazoo, where the winner of that game will also advance to the championship game. Zach Metz here, joining me, Tanner White. Tanner, when you're in this type of scenario, you're in an elimination game, what are some of the most important things you're looking for out of your team?
Well, Adrian benefited really well from jumping out ahead, getting that first run that was in the bottom of the fourth inning against Kalamazoo. Then they built that lead to 3-0. Although the Hornets made it dramatic, you had a phenomenal, unbelievable start from an Adrian starting pitcher, Jackson Clark. And just pitching from the lead made his confidence skyrocket. Whoever hops in front in this game going to have a really good chance to finish it off.
Let's take a look at the starting lineups for this game. First up for Hope College, the Flying Dutchman, coached by Stu Fritz in his 31st year with this team. And leading off, playing center field, number 6, number 4, Robbie Sturzma. Batting second, the first baseman, number 6, Owen Kreisen. Batting third, the designated hitter, number 3, Cade Seabaugh. Batting fourth, the left fielder, number 16, Brandon Collins. Batting fifth, the shortstop, number 11, Devin Mewson. Batting sixth, the second baseman, number 8, Nolan Gardner. Batting seventh, the third baseman, number 2, Al Money. Batting eighth, the right fielder, number 31, Jace DeMann. And batting ninth, the catcher, number 5, Andrew Pickett. Pitching today for Hope is number 12, Trent Johnson. Now for Alma, on the direction of their head coach, Jason Crane, in his 6th year with the team. The shortest tenure coach in this tournament. Leading off, the shortstop, number 2, Kevin Tuttle. Batting second, the first baseman, number 29, Avery Carnicom. Batting third, the right fielder, number 28, Colin Chakowski. Batting fourth, the third baseman, number 7, Kyler Warren. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 47, Alexander Kavalek. Batting sixth, the catcher, number 8, Stephen McGlade. Batting seventh, the left fielder, number 34, Ethan Kraft. Batting eighth, the second baseman, number 21, Dalton D. Alexander. And batting ninth, the center fielder, number 1, Mitch Foley. Pitching today for Alma, number 36, Tyler Johnson.
Scots come in 24-17 overall on the year, but crucially, they've dropped 4 in a row, all to Kalamazoo. They had a chance to host this tournament. Could they have won that final season series? And they could have moved up in the seeding. Regardless, they've got their backs up against the wall. Hope's just a game over 500 overall in the season, but they handled MIAA play quite well, finishing 13-8 in the conference. And a tough conference it is.
Yes, it is. We're going to get this game underway in just a few minutes. We thank you all for tuning in to Game 2 of our MIAA triple header featuring the Alma College Scots and the Hope College Flying Dutchmen.
Looks like we're going to be just behind that 1:15 first pitch scheduled time. But it's baseball all day here in the zoo from Woodworth.
Alma takes the field. They are the home team in this matchup. And they will send out. We got a matchup of 2 players who have each won MIAA Pitcher of the Year. Alma will send out the 2023 Pitcher of the Year, Tyler Johnson. Johnson is a junior out of Lexington, Michigan, making his 11th start of the year. Has a 3-1 win-loss record, pitched 55 innings, 49 hits, 18 earned runs, 22 walks, 71 strikeouts, a 2.43 average against, and a 2.95 earned run average.
And I think one of the most interesting things is he's going to face it off against Robbie Sturzma, who just won the MIAA Position Player of the Year. Hope sweeping those 2 awards with Sturzma as well as Trent Johnson.
Sturzma in the leadoff hole, as you mentioned. Johnson is pitching for Hope. Our game time temperature 65 degrees and mostly cloudy. Temperatures really picked up since the start of game 1. It was About 57 degrees. It was mostly sunny, but really it's turned to a beautiful day, and field conditions improving as the day goes on.
And also overcast now. Clouds covering us just a little bit.
Still should be a great day for baseball here as we get ready to get game 2 of our triple header underway. The winner of this game will get Kalamazoo at 4 o'clock, approximately 4 o'clock. It'll probably be a little after that, after we get this game going.
Tyler Johnson should be real comfortable in the zoo. Played his summer ball this past summer with the Kalamazoo Growlers and was one of the most outstanding starting pitchers in the Northwoods League, like you might expect. Picked up exactly where he left off in the regular season with Alma.
The MIAA Position Player of the Year, Robbie Sturzma, comes up. He's got a 346 average on the year with 3 home runs and 22 RBIs. Alma in maroon with some pinstripe pants. Letters numbers in the plaid outlined in white. Johnson winds up. The first pitch is swung, hit towards short. Will take a bounce, fielded by Kevin Tuttle. This is not an easy play, and Sturzma will beat it out for an infield single. First pitch at 1:19 p.m., and the Flying Dutchman get a runner on.
That's what Robbie can do for you. That's as routine as they come on a real slow ground ball, and he is in there with a half a step or more to spare. 21 steals over there at first base, too. Dangerous.
Those 21 steals that you just mentioned puts him third in the MIAA. First pitch is a swing and a miss to Owen Krizan. Krizan batting .353 with 3 home runs, 28 runs batted in. Johnson will check over on Sturzma. Would you expect to see Sturzma on the move early in this game?
Maybe not as the first base runner of the game. I think by the next time he goes on, he'll have a number of looks at Johnson's release time and then maybe go.
0-2 now to Krizan.
I would have suggested, had that been a ball and run it to a 1-1 count here, maybe you could think about hit and run with Krizan, who obviously handles the bat phenomenally.
Johnson had 0-2 working out of the stretch. Pitches upstairs for a ball.
Didn't quite get to his full extension, released that, and the fastball sailed on him.
Continuing to work from the stretch. Swing and a miss. Tyler Johnson gets his first strikeout of the game. That is just what this guy does.
It's his first one, but probably not the last.
Let's take a look at Alma in the field for this game. You got Johnson on the mound, Stephen McGlade behind the plate, Avery Carnicom at first, Dalton D. Alexander at second, Kyler Warren at third, Kevin Tuttle at shortstop. The outfield from left to right goes Ethan Kraft, Mitch Foley, Colin Chakowski. Ball 1-2, Cade Seabaugh, who has really come on as of late, hitting .380 with 5 home runs, 23 RBIs, en route to a second-team All-MIAA selection. Looks at a strike. Both these teams, of course, dropping their opening tournament games. Alma was right here on Wednesday, lost 4-1 against Kalamazoo. As Seabaugh swings and misses.
I think one of the most impressive numbers from Seabaugh is out of 38 base hits on the season, 15 for extra bases. 640 slugging.
1-2, he strikes out.
That's usually the give and take with the guys that have the most pop.
Hope's first round game at Adrian, they dropped 7-4. Of course, Adrian defeating Kalamazoo 3-2 in game 1 of our triple-header today to get to the championship game. That one hit to left field, a base hit for Brendan Collins, who has played well at this field, and it puts 2 on, 2 out for the Flying Dutchman.
Yeah, there are a lot of guys in this game that have just had success at the Wood. Of course, it's mostly against Kalamazoo, but when you get to host the tournament and it's a place that you like, you just keep hitting.
Devin Musing comes up. His numbers have improved. He was really struggling to start conference play, and in the non-conference, he's picked his average up to 240. As that pitch misses high, he got 16 RBIs and 2 home runs with it. 1-0. That's in for a strike. It's a really good-looking two-seam type of fastball.
Control as good as ever from Tyler Johnson so far.
1-1. Another swing and a miss. He just blows that fastball by you.
And on the note of control, Johnson's walked 18 total batters in now 74 innings on the year.
1-2. There goes Sturzma. Pitch high. The throw down gets away from Warren. Sturzma's going to come in to score. Collins is going to stay at second base, and Hope opens up with a 1-0 lead.
Robbie got dirty. Absolutely coated head to toe when there was no play. But you know what? A hard-nosed kid, and that's just how he plays the game.
It's 2-2 the count to Musin.
Johnson still got one runner in scoring position here. 1 run on 2 hits in the inning.
2-2 swing and a miss. And Tyler Johnson will strike out the side, but Hope gets an unearned run across on the board. Let's take a 1-0 lead as we go to the bottom of the first here in Kalamazoo. The MIAA Pitcher of the Year, Trent Johnson, takes the mound for Hope College. Johnson will make his 12th start of the season. He has 3 complete games, a 6-4 overall record, 73 1/3 of it, and pitched 75 hits, 30 earned runs, 18 walks, 52 strikeouts, a 2.71 average against 3.68 ERA, and his play has just elevated since the start of league play.
And he's another guy that really likes to hit here at the Wood. Kevin Tuttle led off the last game against Kalamazoo with a bomb.
That was the first game of the series. Kalamazoo will go on to win that game 12-5. He looks at a strike. Tuttle hitting .340 with 4 home runs and 31 RBIs.
And 31 walks is a massive number, too.
0-1 in for a strike.
Tough guy to strike out, walks a ton. Not a lot of holes in the game.
OBP at .469. 0-2 is popped up foul, and it will get out of play.
Tuttle fields .948 at short. Not a bad base runner. Not much of a base stealer with 4 of them, but just always has his fingerprints all over a game.
Comes the 0-2. in the dirt for a ball.
With Johnson and Johnson on the mound, might it be the base running that makes a difference? It was for the Dutch.
They took advantage of a Scott's error. 1-2, that's roped in the left field, a base hit. Each team with a leadoff single. Brings up Avery Carnicom, the big-time bat.
That's a guy who's typically can't buy a hit here at the Wood for whatever reason. Kalamazoo pitching just does a stellar job on him.
Well, now he's got Trent Johnson and Hope College pitching today. We'll see if that makes a difference. Looks at a strike. .386 average on the year with 46 RBIs.
Rewritten the Alma record books too.
A 1, that misses high.
Had he had 5 full seasons, you take out some of the COVID year and the difficulties associated with that, a lot of those records for Alma, especially for career, would be completely untouchable.
1-1. Another breaking ball. It's in for a strike. He went 0 for 4 yesterday. Kalamazoo did it, and it feels like Johnson's doing the same way. They're really attacking him with sliders and breaking balls.
Yeah, and he wanted to attack that slider on the outside corner, just couldn't pull the trigger.
1-2. They go back to it. He ropes this to the left, right at Brendan Collins. 1 away.
Another real hard hit ball. And he hit one all the way to the track in the last regular season game between Kalamazoo and Alma here. It had sort of a similar feel to that one, except much higher.
Colin Schakowsky comes up. The transfer from Miami of Ohio with a .365 average, 2 home runs, 43 RBIs. Shows bunt. He's going to try and do it for a hit. He's got a chance to do it. The flip to Johnson, not in time.
So chaos, small ball, and running bases. Exactly what we thought we were going to have with this Alma team who loves to tear the cover off the ball.
You mentioned how important base running was going to be in this game when you think about how good these two pitchers are. Kyler Warren comes up. The junior out of Belleville. It's .331. 2 home runs, 27 RBIs. Looks at a strike.
I know a lot of teams would sacrifice here. Almost got 34 total sacrifices on the game, but I didn't see him square. Looks like they're saying swing away.
Still early in this game. I think that makes sense. 0-1. Is fouled, out of play.
It does make sense. My thought process being, though, you manage tournament games often very differently than you do regular season games. We just saw that with Coach Rainey and Adrian, exactly that. Made a lot of chess moves even earlier on.
Alexander Kavalik is on deck. Oh, 2. On the ground, a short, could be 2. Musin flips. Gardner. The throwback is in time.
That is 33 double plays on the year for the Dutch. Almost won a game, and they are tough up the middle.
The double play ends the inning. The Scots come up empty despite getting 2 hits. We go to the second inning here. Hope leading it 1-0. It will be Stephen McGlade behind the, or rather, Nolan Gardner for Hope College. And the first pitch is fly to center field. Drifting is Mitch Foley. He'll make the catch. One away. We've all screwed up names before. Don't look at me like that.
It'll happen to the best, especially if you've been around long enough.
Alma comes up. Money's a junior. He looks at a ball. Bats .330 with 24 RBIs. One-0 hit right back up the middle. Johnson tried to flip the glove up to make a catch. Couldn't. One out single for Money.
That ball buzzed the tower.
And Johnson's a tall guy. We don't have the official heights listed, but you guessed he was around 6'6".
Yeah, I think he was primarily listed at 6'5" on the Alma roster, especially online. And that ball went all that much and then some.
Jace DeMann comes up, looks at a ball. DeMann is a sophomore from Byron Center. He hits .351 with a home run, 7 runs batted in. Got a runner on first with his team, holding a 1-0 advantage. Big swing and a miss.
"13 steals for Money at first base."
He is a threat, and he takes off. And McGlade can't get it out of his hand. Al Money with a stolen base.
Too deep in the pocket. You could tell he caught that, dropped it right away. Was never going to have time probably with a good jump too. 14 stolen bases, and Money standing out there could at some point think of going to third as well.
2-1s upstairs again with Andrew Pickett in the on-deck circle.
Maybe the only reason not to go is Money's been caught 5 times as well.
He's an aggressive runner. Sometimes you get caught when you're that aggressive. 3-1 misses. That's ball 4.
So it's still nothing but small balls and base running.
Brings up Pickett. The senior has a 189 average with 2 home runs, 19 RBIs. First pitch in for strike 1. Alma at 24-17 overall. Hope at 20-19. Each team finishing 13-8 in league play. As the 0-1 misses.
But how much does Alma resent the missed opportunities in that final series of the year with Kalamazoo?
All they do is win 1 game, and especially Kalamazoo started a lot of their backups in the 3rd game of that series. Pitch is skied high into shallow center field. Foley there to make the catch. Money will fake the tag and holds up. Brings up Sturzma.
Force at any base. My thought is too, though, unless the ball is hit incredibly hard, Money is absolutely going to be sent from second to score on a single.
Sturzma had an infield single to start the game, has scored the lone run. Looks at strike 1.
Look at the depth of Carnicom over at first base.
They're not worried about DeMann on the move right now. That's upstairs. That's 1-1.
It just shows you how much of a line-to-line hitter I think that Sturzma is.
1-1 is outside.
And the alignment really shows that. The only shift over that you've got is the center fielder Foley playing just a bit in the right center gap.
2-1. Bounces in 3-1 with Krzan on deck.
Johnson's got all the ability in the world to battle back.
Here's a 3-1. Missed it high. Second walk of the inning issued by Tyler Johnson.
And that is not good news.
Loads the bases for Owen Krizan.
Johnson's going to have to dig into the tank a little bit for this inning. Pitch count could get way up there quickly.
And you know Alma's counting on him to go deep. They had to use a lot of arms yesterday or on Wednesday, but none of them really threw a ton of pitches as this pitch misses to Krizan, who struck out his first time up. They used Tchaikovsky as the starter. Then it was Ken Fissler, Davin Reif, Chase Ballhoff, and Hayden Heilman, but as there's a strike, nobody threw more than 52 pitches, and it was Tchaikovsky who did. You would think all those guys are available today.
Yeah, somebody's got to empty the tank at some point to win a tournament.
1-1 is skied to right. Tchaikovsky's nearing the mud, and he'll go into foul territory, make the catch. And Johnson strands the Flying Dutchman with the bases loaded. They get a hit. They leave 3. No errors there. We go to the bottom of the second. 1-0. Hope leading Alma. First pitch at the bottom of the second is in for a strike from Trent Johnson, facing Alexander Kavalik. 1-0 ball game. That's hit hard, but right at Al Money for the first out.
We had lots and lots of leather on display with Kalamazoo and Adrian in the first game. It's picked up right where it's left off here for game 2.
Brings up Stephen McGlade, a senior from Pinckney, Michigan, with a .260 average. Looks at a strike.
Real big looper across for the strike there. Get me over curveball.
0-1 is chop foul. Take a quick look around the MIAA just today. It's postseason action all around as the 0-2 swung on and missed. 2 away. Starting the National Lacrosse Tournament, Hope College is taking on RIT, and in the fourth quarter trailing 21-8. RIT putting the number up there. At 5:30, Kalamazoo College men's tennis will be in action. They'll take on Gustavus Adolphus at Wisconsin Whitewater. As this pitch is chopped foul.
Also the softball tournament in action today.
Trying picking up a 1-0 win over Adrian. Calvin leading Hope 2-0 in the bottom of the fourth. Ethan Kraft is at the plate right now for Alma. At 4 o'clock in women's lacrosse, Hope will travel to Roanoke, or rather they will play Roanoke in Columbus, as that one is roped to left field and right at Collins again. A couple of hard hit balls for the Scots, but no damage done as we go to the third in a 1-0 ball game. part of the Flying Dutchman order for the top of the third inning. Starting with Cade Seabaugh, who struck out his first time up. And the first pitch is popped up. Shallow left. There's Ethan Kraft there to make the catch, one away. One pitch, one out.
Yeah, 35 pitches from Tyler Johnson. And Trent Johnson only thrown 20. Snappy. Even with a good number of base runners on through those first two frames.
People who like quick baseball games so far are happy, as this is another first pitch fly into right center, and Chikowski will make that catch.
You are in exactly the right place at the right time.
Now that we've said that this game will take 4 hours and 25 minutes.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Nope, and it was Hope that did it against Kalamazoo. You remember that game, right? Who could forget? 13 innings.
Oh, that was one of the all-time marathons. And finally a walk-off from Harrison Posat with the sac fly.
Yeah, that was a great game. One of the first baseball games I ever did with you. Johnson throws strike 1-2, Devin Musin.
Is it just Woodworth that brings that out? Is it us? Is it the teams? You tell me.
I'd like to think it's us. And that one hits Musin. That'll put a runner on with 2 outs for Gardner.
That's what you wear the elbow pad for nowadays. Gardner, the one left-hander in the lineup.
Taking off was Musin before he even had the oven mitt strapped up, and he's going to get a stolen base.
That's as good of a jump as they come. More often than not, you'll just see a catcher eat it.
It's like a bit of a hit and run type of situation. Gardner took a swing. It's 0-1. Chops this one to first and foul. And Johnson's ahead 0-2. To center field. Foley's going to come in. He'll make the grab. And that will end the inning. No hits, no runs, no errors, and one person left. Go to the bottom of the third. 1-0 Hope, leading Alma. Dalton D. Alexander will lead off the Alma half of the third inning. He puts this on the ground to short. Musin ranges over. Will field. Couple hops. The throw is in time. One pitch, one out.
How often have we said that? It's a perfect formula to get out of here in good time. Of course, somebody's not going to be able to get off their feet, but somebody will be going home, and they definitely will.
Yeah, the winner of this game will play Kalamazoo immediately after as Mitch Foley shows bunt, pulls it back. Loser of this game season will end.
It'll be a long stay in Kalamazoo for not a lot of fruit.
Especially for Alma, who stayed here since Wednesday night. Chops that foul. One. In for a strike.
The control between these two guys, both Trent Johnson and Tyler Johnson, is just textbook.
Wind up in the 1-2. Is chopped. Oh, what a play by Trent Johnson. Getting the glove up and throwing out Foley.
This is tournament baseball. You know what I mean? Everybody's just elevated their play, and it is art.
Trent Johnson has retired the last 6. It's Tuttle back up. He's 1 for 1. Looks at a strike. Both of these pitchers, as you like to say, moving fairly economically. Johnson's now at just 26 pitches, and Trent Johnson's at 26. Tyler Johnson's at 41.
I told you I was going to cross him up at some point today.
I didn't cross him up. I just said Johnson and Johnson.
It's still only 27 pitches here for Trent Johnson, cruising.
1-1 on the ground is short. There's Musin. A comfortable field, a strong throw, and once again, the Scots go 1, 2, 3. We are through the early innings quickly here in Kalamazoo. A date with the Hornets on the line is Hope leading Alma 1-0. Bottom of the Hope order in the top of the 4th inning. It'll be Al Money, followed by Jace DeMann and Andrew Pickett. Money puts this up the middle. Tuttle fields. This will be a nice play if he completes it. He does.
Oh, and Money threw up the safe sign. Hustled immediately coming out of the box. Made it as close as you could for a real routine ground ball.
And Tuttle made a nice play on that. Had the range to his left. Fielded it, throw across his body.
It's just a beautiful brand of baseball today that we've seen.
And again, 1 pitch, 1 out. Strike 1 to demand.
And that's what I always say. You take a strike when it's been going a little bit too quickly, when your offense is making too many quick outs.
He swings and misses at that one, and it's 0-2.
Although it doesn't slow a guy like Ty Johnson down much at all.
44 total pitches through 3 1/3. 0-2 is down and away.
And at what point does somebody call time just to get a moment to breathe?
Yeah, he's working very quickly. Into the windup again, 1-2. That's low.
This is exactly his style in summer ball, like I said, with the Kalamazoo Growlers. An absolute fiend with a pitch clock. Gets on guys way before they're ready.
Takes a second here, now 2-2. Just missing with a slider. Now 3-2. Let's hit the shallow left, coming in, diving, and unable to make the catch just barely is Kraft. And he is hurt. He is slow to get up. And it's going to result in a double for demand.
Last thing you want to see in a tournament. Hornets had a couple of guys go down with an injury, including their starting pitcher, Braden Mussat.
Adrian had one too with Joe Cassell.
Yeah, all of those were huge beats in the game, and they changed the feel. Hate to see that still early on in the game, but Kraft is down for now.
1-0 Flying Dutchman in the top of the 4th. Ethan Kraft will exit this game with what looks like a hand injury. Cole Grunwald will be his replacement.
It's another one of those All-American efforts on the sinking line drive. Had to lay out for it, and probably just on the landing got jarred a little too much.
So his day is done. Runner on second, 1 out, and a swing and a miss from Pickett, who flew out his first time up.
You'll find out if Alma is able to advance how strong of a medicine that adrenaline is, I think. And he'll try and work his way back in.
0-1 in for a strike. Top of the order awaits for Hope College. 0-2 upstairs. 1-2 is outside again, and it's 2-2.
Sturzma's on deck with how well he runs. Don't want to walk a guy.
2-2 is popped up. Carnicom into foul territory, running a long way. It gets out of play.
Carnicom's improved so much defensively at first base. He can pick him. And he gave that ball really good chase. He almost deked me into thinking he might have a line on it.
Counts 2-2 to Pickett. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Johnson.
Now batting number 4, Robbie Sturzma.
It's his 4th of the night, and it brings up Sturzma.
It's a tough deal facing Sturzma 3 times in 4 innings.
He has singled, scored a run, and walked. Also stolen a base. And there he looks at a strike.
You always get good on good in the tournament. This right here is best on best.
0-1. He's in for a strike again.
Next, we need Carnicom up in a high leverage situation with Trent Johnson.
Against Johnson?
Absolutely.
We'll get that, I'm sure, a couple of more times today.
Give me all of that.
0-2. Misses high. One, two is low.
The one part of Sturzma's game he'd probably like to tighten up is the strikeouts. Punched out 29 times on the year. About every 4.5 trips up.
2-2 misses. It's 3-2 to Sturzma with Krizan on deck.
Johnson got no reason to give in, but Sturzma's got no reason to chase a pitch either.
3-2, just outside.
Now batting number 6.
And it puts 2 on with 2 out again. So far, Hope has left 5 guys on base in this game, and would feel it's vital not to do so here with Krizan at the plate, who's 0 for 2. There's a strike.
That's pitch number 61 for Johnson, not quite through 4 innings.
And you know he's got at least one more in him if he gets out of this right here.
Definitely.
0-1. Look at the movement on that. It looks like a 2-seam fastball. That's 0-2.
Already punched out 4. Got Krizan once.
0-2. Down and away. Makes it 1-2.
Finally willing to spoil one. Been pounding the zone. And every once in a while just looking for a chase. Hasn't gotten many.
It's 1-2. Here it comes. That misses. It's 2-2. Here it comes again, and it's high, and it's 3-2, and now Demand and Sturzma, the runners, will be on the move.
Yeah, Tyler Johnson didn't necessarily bring his best control, already walking 3. Huge pitch.
It's in a right. Base hit. They're going to wave run. Here comes the throw. It's going to go wide. Krizan will advance, and it's 2-0 in favor of the Flying Dutchman.
With the way that ball hung up a little bit, do you think it could have been caught on the fly?
I don't know. It's tough, and you have to dive for it.
And it was hit hard.
It did hang in the air a little longer than I think you and I thought. It is a run. It's the first earned run against Johnson today, and it makes it 2-0. 5th hit of the ballgame for the Flying Dutchman. He goes back to working out of the windup and fires strike 1. It's Seabaugh standing in. He's 0 for 2. Swing and a miss again, 0-2.
And that's the funniest thing about facing Tyler Johnson. You see 2 runs and 5 hits up on the board. You're thinking, oh, man, he didn't quite bring his best stuff, when most people would be thrilled about that.
0-2 is just off the plate inside. Maybe a touch low.
Yeah, a couple of called strikes could have ended this inning. Still looking for one more.
Runners at second and third with 2 outs. 1-2 is hit high into the air into shallow center field. Where Foley will wait for it to come down. It does into his glove. For the 3rd out of the inning, the Flying Dutchmen do leave 2 more on base, but they grab 2 hits and score a run to make it a 2-0 ball game as we go to the bottom of the 4th. First pitch at the bottom of the 4th from Trent Johnson in for strike 1. He is facing Carnicom. It'll be Carnicom, Chikowski, and Warren in the 4th for the Scots. That's in for a strike.
And see, we're robbed of a little bit of the drama with Carnicom leading off the inning. It hurts my soul a little bit.
Carnicom's going to take time real quick and take a second to step out of the box.
I think he's still looking for signs in the dugout. Took quite a long gaze over there.
It's 0-2. Johnson winds up and delivers. That's in the dirt, bouncing all the way back to the Alma dugout.
You ever seen somebody take a cut at a ball like that, knowing that it's going to get away and just almost sort of stealing first base with the drop third strike?
No, but I've thought about it.
I'd love to see it.
The problem is you can't bank on that getting away like that. As 1-2 is hit on the ground to third. Fielded by Money, a long throw, gets Carnicom.
That's a long throw and a great one in the chest. But there's some, if perhaps you read it's going to be all the way, for example, outside of the opposite batter's box. There's nothing to stop you from sort of just throwing the bat out there and almost taking a slap-hitting softball approach where you're running as soon as you come out of the box.
Yeah, but the catcher even, nicks it, and it doesn't get far away, you're out. I mean, it's a waste of a pitch, essentially. That's the way I view it. I guess it's one of those things, if you do it, you better be right.
Of course. Or you could be, an all-time low light reel.
An all-time Pine Rider. 1-0, chop to second base. This will be a really nice play, too. The throw to first is in time. What a play by Gardner.
The gloves are on full display. Everybody just picking them right now.
And Hope has been phenomenal in the field today. Brings up Warren, who grounded into a double play his first time up.
Just shows you what guys can do with their backs up against the wall.
And Both of these teams backed against the wall as the pitch bounces into Warren. Of course, a loss ends one of their seasons. A win advances you to play again today. 1-0. Misses for a ball.
In that final game today, you're going to find out who's got the bigger gas tank.
Kalamazoo are the winner of this game. This is chopped to short. Musin waiting for it on a hop. The throw is close, but in time to get out Warren. Third straight 1-2-3 inning for Trent Johnson as he continues to cruise. We are through 4, and the Flying Dutch holding a 2-0 lead. Brendan Collins will lead off for Hope College as they make a switch at catcher as Charlie Martin comes in for McGlade. This one hit right back to Johnson, who gets the glove down and will toss over to get Collins out. One away. Once again.
Clinic is still in full effect.
One pitch, one out.
Now batting number 11, Evan Musin.
And the starters continue to last deep into this game. You know, Trent Johnson has completed 4 innings with 37 pitches. Alma does have some action starting to brew in their bullpen. And strike one delivered to Musin. Pitch just misses as Chase Ballhoff is warming up. One and one. In for a strike, and it's 1-2.
Johnson can let the fastball eat. Got one of the best ones around.
1-2 on the way, and it's low and away for a ball. Musin's followed by Gardner in this inning. 2-2. And Musin got just enough of it to stay alive. He's 0 for 1 today. Struck out, has been hit by a pitch. Has a stolen base in there as well.
Nine base runners against Tyler Johnson. Just don't expect to see that for a whole game.
2-2 is chopped foul. Two and two is flied foul.
And another at-bat or two of this length, you'll start talking about getting Tyler Johnson out of this game. Almost got guys throwing.
As mentioned, it is Ballhoff who's up and throwing. As that one's back towards the middle and through the middle infielders. A base hit from Houston. 6 hits today for Hope.
Now batting number 8, Nolan Gardner.
Brings up Gardner. First pitch is in the dirt. Picked by Martin, and it's a ball.
Seems like first pitch fastball has been the better formula to start guys off.
1-0 is swung on and missed.
Gardner came out of the shoes. He's another guy like Sturzma who's got the pop but will absolutely swing and miss too.
Johnson checks over on Devin Mewson. Mewson's got 4 stolen bases. 1-1, there he goes. Pitch was outside. The throw has him beat by a mile.
You can't throw that ball any better. And maybe they made the right change behind the plate. Absolute hose.
They switched McGlade out for Martin. And then Mewson immediately cut down on the bases. This one chopped to second base. Bobbled around. But the throw is still going to be in time. As D. Alexander able to unconventionally get the third out.
Do you like defense? This is the game for you.
I personally like offense, but defense is fun too.
It's what you're getting today.
We go to the bottom of the 5th. 2-0 in favor of the Flying Dutchman. Adam Kavalik will lead off as Alma just searching for base runners against Trent Johnson. First pitch is in for a strike. Also searching to make him throw some pitches. His pitch count sits at, checks notes, 38.
That doesn't seem quite real.
0-1 is in for a strike again.
And he could be striking out a bunch of people on 3 and 4 pitches, and that count would go up, the rate. Unbelievable.
0-2. Chopped right back at him. And he will lightly toss over to Kavalik and 1 away in the 5th.
PFPs, pitcher fielding practices.
Alma got 2 singles in the first inning, 1 from Tuttle, 1 a bunt single from Chakowski. They have not gotten a base runner since then. So up comes the new catcher, Charlie Martin. He's a freshman from Ithaca with a 2.32 average. Looks at his strike. He gets another lefty a chance as the 0-1 is outside.
17 strikeouts and 69 plate appearances coming in.
As Martin looks at another strike, and this is one of the longer at-bats of the day against Trent Johnson. It's going to be 4 pitches.
At least. Alma's not chasing anything. They just haven't had any base hits since that first.
1-2 is outside, and we move to 5 pitches.
Looking to grind it out.
2-2. Trent Johnson throws. That's flied to shallow left field where Collins will camp, call it off, and make the catch.
So the absolute worst thing you could do, in my mind, is to swing at this next first pitch, no matter what it looks like. It's going to be Grunwald as he came in for Kraft, who left in that 4th inning with the injury.
Grunwald is a 263 hitter on the year. He's got a home run and 13 RBIs. If you swing at this pitch, it better be a hit. He looks at it for a strike.
And he took one exactly down the heart of the plate. But in my opinion, you have to. The pitchers would be almost upset if they got to come back out immediately.
And he grinds this one too short. Musin fields a tough play. The throw in time again. Another 1-2-3 inning. And Trent Johnson just continuing to deal, making me write a lot of zeros in my book.
The speed running community loves this one.
We go to the 6th inning here in Kalamazoo with Hope College leading Alma 2-0. Once again, it's the bottom of the order for Hope College. Last time the bottom of the order led off, it was in the 4th, and they scored. They start with Al Money, who's 1 for 2 today. Looks at strike 1. Johnson's back out. That was his 84th pitch. Ballhoff is throwing, but we know about Johnson's depth and his stamina in his arm. 0-1 misses high.
Dutch have already stolen 4 bases today. One of those was Money. You also have one from Sturzma, Collins, Musin.
Fly to center field. Foley is there. He'll make the catch 1 away.
Now batting number 31, Jace Demand.
When and if they get another base runner, I think you'll see more action on the bases.
DeMann is officially 1 for 1. He has walked and doubled, scored a run in this game. There's a ball.
Believe we've got Ballhoff still up and throwing.
It is, as this pitch misses inside to DeMann. He'll be followed by Pickett. Wind blowing in a little bit from center field. Two O's and 4 strike.
There's an outside chance Tyler Johnson goes over 100 for this inning. I think I expect him to be out for the top of the 7th, though.
2-1. Little jam pop up. Calling off Tuttle was Grunwald to make the catch.
Grunwald's got a set of pipes. You could hear him clearly.
Now batting number 5, Andrew Pickett.
2 down for Pickett.
We're always spoiled with the view. Can't often hear everything, but you heard Grunwald really clearly there.
First pitch misses to Pickett. And Pickett fouls that into the backstop.
Pickett was the last guy to strike out against Johnson. That was back in the top of the 4th.
He puts this into shallow right field. Chikowski's there to make the catch and end the inning. So Johnson gets a quick 1-2-3 as fly balls go to every outfielder in that inning. Go to the bottom of the 6th, still 2-0 in favor of Hope. Alma still searching for answers against Trent Johnson. They will send the 8-9-1 parts of the lineup up to face him here in the bottom of the 6th inning, starting with Dalton DeAlexander, who checks his swing, and he held up. Johnson's thrown 48 pitches through 5 innings.
Nonsensical.
1-0. Swing and a roper into left field. Collins running a long way. Gets there to make the catch.
You've got to read that ball so well off the bat. Didn't take a single false step. Broke as soon as that thing came off and got there in plenty of time.
Brings up Foley. 0 for 1. This right here will be pitch number 50 for Johnson. Pitcher's in the dirt for a ball. Wind up 1-0. In for a strike. Do you consider maybe trying to bunt for a hit here if you're Foley? It's one of 2 Alma hits. Is Chikowski doing it?
I think if you're more towards first, not a bad idea.
Swing and a miss, a bit of an ugly swing on that breaking ball.
Now irrelevant anyways, probably with the 2 strikes. But man, the Chikowski bunt down towards first base created some havoc.
1-2 is fouled off. Extending the at-bat. He's by another pitch.
So were we to have a more conducive bunt situation, I think that pushing it towards first up the line far would be a good idea.
if there weren't 2 strikes.
Of course.
Here comes the 1-2. That's in the air to left. Collins charging in to make another catch.
Climbed to go get that fastball up at the eyes. Got on top of it a little bit, but not quite hit hard enough.
And it brings up Tuttle. We talked about the Chakowski bunt. Tuttle's got the other hit today. 2 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Hope. No runs, 2 hits, 1 error for Alma. Pitch in the dirt for a ball.
Alma came in with 119 extra base hits on the year, and that could be the number they leave with.
One-0 drops in for a strike. It almost feels like you have to surrender a 2-ball count just to try and work the count a little bit, or 2-strike count rather.
I think you have to.
1-1 again in for a strike.
Biggest reason being, if you don't, Trent Johnson could absolutely take this the distance.
And even with the way he's going right now, it seems like he's planning on it. 1-2. Chopper to short. Musin backs up. Fields throws, and I believe it it did not pull the foot off the bag from Curzan. And it will do it for the inning again.
That's about as far as you can come off.
Another 1-2-3 inning for Trent Johnson. We go to the late innings here. It is 2-0 in favor of Hope. Top of the order for Hope in the 7th inning is Tyler Johnson back out for Alma. We talked about this at the break. You might as well send him as far as you can send him if you're Alma.
Gotta empty the tank.
He throws ball 1 to Sturzma.
If it's a really, really quick inning, maybe comes out for something like 1 more batter in the 8th. Wouldn't plan on it.
That's roped by Sturzma in a center field base hit.
Robbie got him. Just off the end of the bat, does enough.
He's now 2 for 2. His reach base every time he's come up with 2 singles and 2 walks. Brings up Curzan.
One runner on. You're going to find out really quickly how long that leash is.
Strike 1 to Curzan.
Top 7 in one of the closest games we've seen on the wood in a long time. There's going to be chess moves.
And right. Caught by Chakowski, and there's one away.
No 2-run lead is too safe. I wonder if Sturzma wants to take another bag here. Again, the Dutch have already stolen 4 on the day.
Seaball's 0 for 3, and Johnson will check on Sturzma. He does have 1 stolen base.
Hit and run is probably an option during this at-bat as well.
Do you like that more with 1 out or nothing? Big swing to miss from Seaball.
If you have your choice, I like it with no outs, of course. You know it's going to be sort of an inning killer if you happen to strike him out, throw him out, of course, but hence why you don't do it with 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss.
So now, of course, with the 0-2 count, I think is absolutely out of play. Plus, Seaball has already struck out once. And Tyler Johnson, just a guy that's known to punch people out.
0-2 again. That's lined into left. A base hit. Sturzman's going to take the turn, fall over.
Rut-row Robbie, that could have been interesting. He's lucky to get back there in time and in safely.
You've been waiting all day to say that, haven't you?
Perhaps. It's been a lot longer than a single day, but that is irrelevant. Huge spot for Tyler Johnson. Just went over 100 pitches, rather.
Seaball with his first hit of the game, and now it's Collins who is 1 for 3. And that pitch is flown to center field. Chasing it is Foley. It's back to the warning track. It's going to bounce up against the wall. Sturzman's going to get the wave around. Here comes a throw to the plate. Martin makes a leaping catch, and Sturzman comes in to score. It is 3-0 in favor of Hope.
The longest single Brendan Collins will ever hit, especially in a ballpark this deep. But, man, that missed by just a couple of feet.
He hit that to dead center, and the runners had to hold up.
Most of the parks around here, that is gone.
Collins has homered in this park before, too. And I believe here comes Jason Crane. Is this it for Tyler Johnson? I believe it is.
Most likely it is, and they'll probably go to ball off. He was up and throwing 2 different times.
It's first and second with 1 out. Yeah, maybe not.
Well, they could bluff. If it's chase ball off and you look ahead, he's got a 5.4 ERA, 5.48 ERA rather, with 23 innings worked, 14 earned runs.
They are going to stick with Johnson.
I think it could be one of those situations where if it's a positive outcome here, then you keep him through to finish the inning. But if you allow a base runner, then he's gone.
Hope's got 9 hits. They've got 3 runs.
Yeah, can you believe they've scattered 9 hits?
They've left 7 guys on base in this game as the first pitch by Musin is chopped foul.
Yes, Johnson's got the great swing and miss stuff, can get it with multiple different pitches, but I think that the ground ball and thinking double play would do the most good.
Oh, one is popped up. Carnicom twisting, turning into foul territory, able to make the catch.
Yeah, he did a great job hawking that down, ran a long way. Like I said, he is massively improved with the glove since he first came in at Alma. Just a really complete ball player.
It's Gardner now who's 0 for 3.
And so, like I thought, you stick with Johnson.
Pitch misses for a ball.
Still probably in that situation where if anyone gets on, they'll go and get him.
Pitch is lined down the right field line. That's trouble. 1-1 will score. Stu Fritz will hold. Collins at third. RBI double for Gardner makes it a 4-0 ball game.
Johnson's day's got to be done now. Looks like the tank is about empty.
And here comes Jason Crane, and I think you're right.
3 out of the 4 runs earned for Johnson, plus he's going to own those base runners. And Chase Ballhoff going to make a huge appearance to try and strand a couple.
Gets a handshake on a job well done. A good performance for Johnson, and eventually just ran out of gas. Alma to make a pitching change when we come back. Alma makes a substitution on the mound and brings in Chase Ballhoff. Got a 2-0 win-loss record, pitched 23 innings, 24 hits, 14 earned runs, 13 walks, 16 strikeouts, 2.76 average against 5.48 ERA. Was excellent on Wednesday. He came in relief against Kalamazoo. Fires strike 1 to Al Money.
And in the last week of the regular season, Ballhoff and Carnicom for Alma swept the MIAA position player and pitcher of the weeks.
He pitched 2 innings on Wednesday as he misses with the ball there. Gave up 2 hits, an unearned run, no walks, a strikeout on 27 pitches, so you know he's fresh and ready to go.
Also can spot start, so you can absolutely stretch him.
1-1 on the ground, a third, past the diving glove of Kyler Warren. They're going to have 1 run come in, another one will follow, and Hope takes a 6-0 lead here in the top of the 7th inning.
And that little bobble from Grunwald probably cost them the 2nd run. This task just got a whole lot taller.
Especially because they have not been able to touch Johnson.
Those runs going to go to Johnson. It's a shame with how well he pitched for 90+% of this game.
First pitch misses to Demand. There's a strike.
When this game started, would you have predicted in any single inning that somebody would scratch across 4 runs?
Not with the way it started.
Plus, they're still not out.
1-1 up and in.
Buzzing Tower again. But no runs and 2 hits for the Alma offense through 6 innings. That's been one of the best starts we've seen all season long and really in a long time.
Demand flies this to left center field where Grunwald will camp and make the catch to end the inning. But a big inning for the Flying Dutchman as they strike for 4. It is stretch time in this one. Hope leading it 6-0. Avery Carnicom to start the 7th inning for Alma. They have 9 outs and need 6 runs. And so far, Trent Johnson has been lights out, and Carnicom swings and misses.
That's a thundering first swing as he comes up empty.
Carnicom, Chikowski, and Warren as the next pitch bounces in for a ball.
Hasn't seen a whole lot to hit. They don't need to give him anything, too, but also Johnson not walked anybody so far.
Carnicom shoots that straight back.
And it could be the last at-bat of a storied career for Carnicom. If he can try and get a comeback started, maybe it's not.
1-2, checked his swing. Did he go? He did.
And it might go out with a whimper. It's a shame, especially considering everything that he has accomplished in the Plaid. Now not guaranteed another trip.
They need base runners, and they haven't had any since the first inning. Chikowski, who comes up, has 1 of the 2 hits.
Over at first base, you do have Krizan playing really deep.
Chikowski bunted for a hit once. As that pitch in for a strike, well, that's gone now.
Yeah, I think before that you could have considered it just a little bit.
1-1. That just misses, and it's a rare occurrence where it's a 2-ball count, and Alma's ahead.
Yeah, you typically can't count the number of 2-ball counts a guy's had.
2-1 is in for a strike, so Johnson immediately evens it back up. And unlike Tyler Johnson, he is showing no signs of slowing down.
No, he's only getting better.
Chikowski takes time. Warren is next.
2 runs for Alma, or excuse me, 2 hits, both in the first inning. They had scored 278 runs coming in, by the way. That's a healthy number.
2-2. Ropes into right center. Finally, Alma gets a hit. It's Colin Chikowski, the first base runner since the first inning.
Now batting number 7, Tyler Warren.
Still a really, really tall task, but just breathe the smallest sigh of relief from finally getting a hit. Have they cracked Trent Johnson yet? Doubtful.
It's Warren pitching for a strike. Chikowski Has stolen 12 bases. How likely do you think it is we see him on the move here, just knowing they got to figure out some way to get guys in?
That could really help, especially with hit and run.
Takes an extra step. 0-1 is fly to the right. It is right at Demand, who makes the catch, and there's 2 away.
Odds growing ever longer against Alma.
Now batting number 47, Alex
Kavalik in. Pitch in the dirt. Chikowski takes off, and the throw knocked him off the bag, and then Gardner, I believe, just got ejected.
Oh my goodness, he did.
So Chikowski slid in. He lost his glove, and then Gardner gets thrown out, and that might put him out for the next game, too.
That could change the entire tournament. What a mental lapse.
He was in the way of Chikowski, who ran into him. So Chikowski's going to get the stolen base, or rather advance in the wild pitch. There will be a stolen base.
Lots of things could change on that play. I don't know that you can reverse an ejection ruling exactly.
Well, the umpires are coming together and talking about it.
Then again, with the domain of umpires, can probably do whatever you want should you be able to come to a solid consensus. It's tough to say. What we do know is Trent Johnson's just at 70 pitches.
And we'll bring you the explanation is if we get one, who the substitute is for Gardner. New second baseman as Gardner's out after the ejection. It's a 1-0 count with 2 away to Kavalik.
Peter Elliott going to be filling in now at second base for Gardner. He'll be due up in that spot.
He's a freshman from Zionsville, Indiana. 1-0 to Kavalik. I think this has been like the longest inning for Trent Johnson so far in this game.
Yeah.
There's a strike.
That's not saying a whole lot. And he can still work back. Still has ample opportunity to go the distance rather. As he's a little bit late on the foul ball, Johnson could heat him up. Only struck out 2, but just hasn't had to. Gotten all soft contact.
1-2 is the count. Johnson 1 pitch away from ending this inning. And he misses just outside, even though he thought he had strike 3.
I think that's another one where Pickett can hold it there half a beat longer, try and steal the strike.
Two is lined right at Peter to make the catch. So welcome to the ball game, Elliot Peter.
fans, at this time, the MIAA
That will do it for the 7th. 2 innings to go.
in attendance today. If you are a
Hope leading at 6-0. Top of the 8th inning, 6-0 Flying Dutchman. Is it'll be Andrew Pickett, the catcher, to lead off.
Chase Ballhoff saw a couple of those inherited runners score. Those were both charged to Johnson. Only threw 7 pitches, so you could stretch him all the way through the 8th and 9th if you choose.
A 1 is fouled straight back.
The things you know is the Alma offense needs 6 runs, and they've got 6 outs. And they don't have 6 base runners for the whole game.
0-2 is just outside. Ballhoff from the stretch. Here comes the 1-2. Inside pitch, just missing. It'll be Pickett, Sturzma, and Krizan in this inning.
Throughout most all of game 1, that was a strike.
Comes 2-2. And that's a strike. Pickett goes fishing and misses.
Couple of times punched out today. First one for Ballhoff.
Now batting number 4, Robbie Sturzman.
And this guy still has not been put out.
He is 2 for 2, has 2 singles, scored 2 runs rather, and 2 walks. First pitch misses inside.
Add in the stolen base. Remember that created the throwing error with the catcher missing over at third, and then he came in to score. As usual, all over that box score.
1-1 is fly to right field, and Chakowski is going to put Sturzman down for the first time today. Brings up Krizan.
Now batting number 6, Owen Krizan.
A date with Kalamazoo is next up for the win of this game. Will be Hope if they hold on. They'd have to do it without Nolan Gardner, who was ejected in the 7th inning. This one's fouled back. Should Krizan reach, Sturzma would be next. That's fouled off. And it's 0-2 as Ballhoff looks for a quick inning. There's a little bit of stirring going around in the Alma bullpen. Kalamazoo's back there warming up as well. that one misses, it's 1-2.
It's all about gas tanks in the tournament. Gonna find out who's got the deeper one.
1-2. Hit foul out of play, and let me tell you, there's absolutely nobody throwing for hope. Not that there'd be any reason for there to be.
You nailed it. They want Johnson to go the entire way. And it would take something really dramatic for that not to happen right now.
Alma will have Martin, Grunwald, and D. Alexander in the 8th. That's on the ground, a short, sharp, right at Kevin Tuttle, who will throw Krizan out. Ballhuff gets a 1-2-3 inning in the 8th. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning with a 6-0 lead for the Flying Dutchman. Alma needs runs, and they need them soon, as Charlie Martin will lead off. He's 0 for 1 since coming in for Stephen McGlade. It'll be him, followed by Cole Grunwald, and then Dalton D. Alexander. There's a strike.
You've absolutely got to treat outs as a currency and runs as precious.
0-1 is fouled off.
No time to celebrate for whoever wins this one.
0-2 from Johnson is just outside, as you mentioned. It'll be a little less than an hour. The winner of this game will take on Kalamazoo, and the winner of that game will advance to the championship game tomorrow, where they will need to win 2 games against Adrian. Pitch is in there, strike 3 called. Martin is down looking.
And a late strike 3 call. Unfortunate.
Just the second strikeout of the day for Trent Johnson.
Hasn't needed him.
Correction, it's the third. Your point still stands. And as Grunwald digs in, 0 for 1. He looks at a strike. He came in for Ethan Kraft, who left with an injury.
Johnson's also fielded his position so well. He could still go under 100 pitches and finish this thing.
That's
Just unbelievable start.
inside to Grunwald, and it's 1-1. One and one. Is low and inside, and that makes it 2-1. The Alexander on deck. 2-1. Swing and a miss. Yeah, Grunwald swinging out of that one.
Tied him in a knot. In on the hands.
2-2. He kept the bat back. And that will make a full count. Again, a rare sight today.
Have we had another full count? I'm not certain that we have.
Off the top of my head, I can't think of one. Maybe early.
That's absolutely bonkers, by the way.
Recently, we haven't. Here comes a 3-2. And a walk. First one issued by Johnson.
Yeah, there is a first time for just about everything.
Number 21, Dalton D. Alexander.
But you need so much to happen between now and, for example, even bringing the tying run to the plate.
2 arms up for Alma. Bring you those in just a moment. Looks like one of them is Ken Fistler. The Alexander's 0 for 2. Puts us on the ground to third. Could be 2. Fielded by Money. Throws the second to get 1. The Alexander will be in there safely in the fielder's choice. Now bring up Foley.
I like the idea of Elliot Peter there eating that, pumped that throw, and probably best. Momentum wasn't carrying him towards the bag. And no reason to throw it away and get a runner down at second.
Foley's 0 for 2. Top of the order would await. There's a strike.
Absolutely painted.
That's 86 for Johnson. Do you think he gets to 90 before the inning ends?
No, I don't.
I don't either.
I think there's almost zero chance of that happening.
It would take either a long at bat or a hit, which a betting man would likely say, don't pick either to happen. Whether this game's going on, but Foley says you'd be wrong.
Could you believe it?
Base knock in the left.
Well, you know what my favorite quote from Al Michaels is, right?
Do
The
you believe in
miracle on
miracles?
ice. Absolutely.
It's the top of the order. So if Alma was going to make a rally, these are the guys you'd want up.
And by the way, Carnicom will get another at-bat.
His career will get one more chance to shine. Tuttle today is 1 for 3. He's Alma's first batter. He's singled. He's another fifth-year senior who looks at his strike.
Yeah, almost got all the experience in the world to not panic here. They've just run into the buzzsaw on the mound.
That's pitch 88. He still might be under 90. 0-1. He is going to be under 90. It's popped high into the air and caught by Krizan. The inning will end. Alma comes up empty again. We go to the ninth, 6-0 in favor of Hope.
Number 18, Kent Fistler.
Ken Fistler is the new Alma pitcher.
Leading off, number 3, Cade Seabaugh.
He'll face Seabaugh, followed by Collins and Mewson. And ball 1.
You want the numbers on Fissler?
I was just going to say, bring us the numbers.
All right, sure. 5.60 ERA, making appearance number 13 on the year, 2-0 win-loss record.
And that one is driven to deep right field, way back. That ball is gone.
That ball had a family. To dead, and I mean dead, right field.
Number 6 on the year for Cade Seabaugh. Makes it 7-0.
You know, I would have loved to get a little bit through the stats and say Fissler's not allowed a single home run on the year.
Well,
I would be wrong.
you are now.
17 2/3 innings pitched. Make that 12 earned runs. Struck out 11. And again, that's the first home run allowed.
Chopper by Collins to short. Tuttle will throw, and it is in time. One away.
Such a rude greeting. Inconsiderate. 7 runs on 12 hits for the Dutch offense.
Brings up Mewson. Pitch in the dirt for a ball. Mewson is 1 for 3 today. Has a single. He's also been hit by a pitch, a stolen base, and has been caught as that one misses. Makes it 2-0.
Yeah, that's one way to fill up the stat sheet.
That one popped up right at D. Alexander.
That's home run number 23 on the year for the Dutch.
6 for Seabaugh, as we mentioned. Now we'll bring up Elliot Peter, hitting for the first time today after Gardner was ejected. He's got a .298 average. Swings out of his shoes on that one. He's got a home run and 17 RBIs. Freshman from Zionsville, Indiana. Fissler throws inside for a ball.
Down at the back foot with the off speed that ran in on him.
One. Outside, not by much. Makes it 2-1.
I think that home run ball's just now been recovered. That thing was tattooed.
To right field, this one right at Tchaikovsky to make the catch. And it will end the inning. Hope adds 1 on the yard ball by Seabaugh. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Alma needs an incredible rally. Trent Johnson going to try and go the distance. Last hope for Alma, and likely the final at-bat in the illustrious 5-year career of Avery Carnicom, is ball 1.
That was 90 pitches from Trent Johnson. How often do you say that in a 9th inning?
Not often, as Carnicom swings over top of a changeup.
And he continues coming out of the shoes.
He's 0 for 3 today.
You almost have to accept cutting the swing down.
1-1 is chop foul. He doesn't have a hit yet in this tournament. It'll be him, followed by Tchaikovsky and Warren. 2 fifth-year guys in junior.
Still, at any point, dangerous.
1-2. Hits it hard to third, gloved by Money. A long throw is in time.
And if that should be the last trip for Avery Carnicom, it has been a ride.
Now batting number 28.
Rewrote those Alma record books, whether you're talking single seasons, careers, many different situational categories.
Colin Tchaikovsky's next. He does have 2 hits today. He's 2 for 3. And maybe the only guy to have a beat on Johnson.
Speaking of having a bead, Money's really been picking him today at third.
He has been phenomenal. The entire Hope infield has been great today. No errors in
Yeah,
this
and it
game.
started when they turned that double play all the way back, I believe, in the first, right, to get out?
You are correct, and then Alma wouldn't get another base runner until the 7th as Tchaikovsky swings over that one.
Couldn't hear exactly what the timeout was about, did you?
I believe it was an offensive timeout by Tchaikovsky. One. Slow chopper to first. Krizan will field it. Step on first, and there is 1 out remaining. Alma's season now on life support.
Now batting number 7, Tyler Warren.
96 pitches. Johnson could go under 100 in a complete game shutout in a second round MIAA tournament game. Are you kidding me?
Completely saving the Hope bullpen for a matchup with Kalamazoo in a series they won twice this season. First pitch misses to Warren.
You're not just talking about, best outing of the season for him. This is one of the best outings all time.
1-0. In force, strike 1. That's 98.
By the way, the Dutch have thrown 4 no-hitters in the past 5 seasons, and this is still one of those best outings.
1-1 is bounced in the dirt. So he will get to 100 pitches.
That's all you're guaranteed.
Kyler Warren is 0 for 3 today. Two-one in the air to right center. This should do it. Sturzma there to make the catch. And Hope College will move on to play their rivals coming up shortly. And Alma's season, another year where they were right in contention for an MIAA championship. They make the tournament. Comes up a little bit short of where they want it to be. As we remind you of the stakes of what this game was. Hope will now advance to take on Kalamazoo. That will be in about 30-ish minutes from right now, I believe. And then the winner of that game will head to tomorrow to take on Adrian in the championship game. As we look at the numbers from this one, there's really no other story other than Trent Johnson. But the bats for Hope got hot. They got multi-hit games from Robbie Sturzma, Al Money, Cade Seabaugh, Brendan Collins. RBIs from Money with 2. Krizan with 1, Seabaugh with a home run. That was a big-time home run he hit. Brendan Collins with 1, Nolan Gardner with an RBI double in there as well. Alma, Colin Tchaikovsky, the lone Scott to get 2 hits. But the story of the day was Trent Johnson. 9 shutout innings, just 4 hits.
4 hits, walked 1, and the entire second through the 6th inning, not a single base runner. untouchable, one of the all-time great starts that the MIAA tournament's ever seen, that Hope College has ever seen, and completely pulls them through the game by himself. One of the most dominant starts in recent memory at Woodworth.
Tyler Johnson is the losing pitcher. Not that he was bad. He just ran out of gas. 6 2/3, gave up 10 hits, 5 earned runs, 6 runs, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. Chase Ballhoff was shut out in an inning and a third in relief. Ken Fisser gave up 1 run in 1 inning pitch. That will wrap us up for Game 2 of the triple-header. Game 3, the elimination game between Kalamazoo and Hope, coming up shortly. We thank you all for tuning into this game. We invite you to tune in to Game 3 of our MIAA tournament triple-header coming up soon. Signing off from Woodworth Field for now, my name is Zach Metz. Next to me is Tanner White. Final line score one more time. Hope, 7 runs, 12 runs, no errors. Alma, no runs, 4 hits, 1 error. Thank you all for tuning in, and stay tuned for the elimination game.